recording as well.
No. I've asked you to give me permission.
Okay.
To record the session. Thank you. Okay. Please ask the host to give you permission to record. Sorry, guys. We're deciding to do something new today. You know, you've got to be innovative in an online world. So just bear with us.
It is recording. So yeah, it is recording.
Okay. So just to check if everybody can turn on their cameras, let's have a look. Is everybody able to turn on their cameras today? Because otherwise it will just be an audio setting. Sorry, guys, we're using Carl's Zoom today, so everything might be a little bit different today because we decided the dates clashed, and so we decided to do something different. So Carl is saying, no, they can't hear anything. Monique is saying she can't hear anything. Robin is saying he can't turn his camera on. So
let me just see. Okay, Romany, you carry on with just
I will
instructions, and then I will quickly try and get the settings done. Okay, I've switched on the camera and the microphone for everybody.
Okay, so everyone must just check if they can switch on their microphones so that we can introduce yourself. So thank you. Thank you for bearing with us, and thank you for understanding. This is what technology is all about. We get to learn new things and try out new things and see how we can collaborate and work together. So I'm Romany Thresher. Hello and welcome to today's virtual networking session. I'm the organizer of these events. Before we get started, I just need to make a few announcements. Sorry, I forgot to share my presentation. Sorry, Carl, you've disabled me completely. I can't share my presentation.
You are enabled.
So, okay, it says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Everybody can share. It's on. You should be able to share.
Okay, there we go. There we go. So sorry about that, guys. There we go. There we go. Thank you. There we go. All right, so let's start from the start. So as I said, I'm Romany Thresher. Welcome to today's virtual networking session. Before we get started, I just want to make a few announcements. For those of you who are joining for the first time, thank you and welcome. And for those who are regular, just to remind you that these sessions are recorded and may be published on the association's website and shared on social media channels to extend your marketing visibility and to raise your brand equity. No personal or private information will be used or shared without your permission. These events are for sharing ideas, connecting and to network. You are responsible for doing your own due diligence on information shared in these events and the people you meet here. Should you wish to connect, you can use the chat box with the text. Please use the chat box. If you would like to share your contact or information with attendees in an after-event email, please let us know when you complete the feedback survey. The link will be posted in the chat box before the event closes. We will soon start with the introductions, where everybody will have 45 seconds to 1 minute to introduce yourself. If you do not wish to participate in the introductions, please send me a direct message now. You are welcome to share information in the chat box if you want me to share it with the audience. After the introductions, we will have Robin van Rensburg, who will share tips on buying a franchise or when you want to expand and grow into a franchise. And then we'll have Maria D'Amico, who will also share tips on legal documents and what to expect. And then we'll open the floor for a discussion. At the end, Carl will also be sharing about the summit, which we are hosting today. All of you have access to participate in the summit. That's what we had in the email. So at the end, you can come in and you can look at the talks, have an experience, see what we are doing and up to here. If it is easier, sorry, I just lost. We will close off with golden nuggets and share what stood out for you today in this session. What we're doing is trying to create as much opportunity for you to interact and engage so that you can extend your marketing exposure. Your feedback is important to us. It helps us to make improvements. It advises us on what topics you would like to cover in these events. So we appreciate it if you could complete the survey. So due to the summit today, we won't host breakout rooms. So what I'd like to just discuss with you quickly is a little tips on networking, especially for those who are new to networking and for those who've forgotten the value of what networking is. Networking is a key component when it comes to finding customers, sponsors, partners, franchisees, investors, new opportunities, or people to support your venture. When I see master networkers in action, it reminds me how powerful networking is. Attending events and social media marketing is a role when it plays to the success of your business. The art of networking isn't about showing up at one event and disappearing into the yonder or just posting stuff on social media. It is about interacting and collaborating. So if I had to share a strategy with you today in regards to networking, how to gain influencer status and to be seen as a leader in your industry with the intention of finding new customers or franchisees, then the strategy is to roll up your sleeve and show up where it matters. If you're interested in franchising or you are a friend or in the franchise sector, for example, it is important that you attend both online and offline networking events to make connections, meet various people within the franchise sector. So from supplier to administrator to franchisor, franchisees, and those who are influencers, influential, and then to support those who are willing to support you. And include those who you don't perceive as important because they actually are important. They can be very beneficial to you. And this applies to anybody who's looking to buy a franchise or you need to raise your profile if you want to be taken serious. Show up where it is noticed. While in your world, you are the center of your universe, you are not necessarily everybody else's center of their universe. So when you endeavor to recruit franchisees, factor in their needs and goals that people want to achieve for themselves. Word of mouth is still possibly the most important aspect. How do you expect people to support you if you do not give people the opportunity to engage with you and to build trust? Word of mouth is still the most powerful way to market yourself. You and yourself, you wouldn't recommend someone you didn't know, you didn't like, and you didn't trust. So how are you going to get people to like you, know you, and trust you? Show up. Show up where you need to be noticed. Show up at industry events, connect with industry leaders, participate in events, and invite people to connect and join in. And when you connect, take it one step further. In environments like these, you can take it one step further, connect with attendees on social media, especially platforms like LinkedIn. Use social media to connect further. Share events you get involved in, share posts, and like other people's content so that you get noticed, especially by the author of the post or those that are watching what is going on. The aim is to extend your marketing reach and build brand equity. So prepare your introductions beforehand, make a count, avoid sales pitches, and so on. So right now we're going to hand over to the introductions where you'll have 45 seconds to 1 minute to introduce yourself, announce your name, your location, your company, and how do you add value to your customers, and how have recent costs and rising impacted your business, and if you can also share what made you attend today's event. So these are either or questions that you can share, whatever you feel comfortable with sharing. So I'm just going to check.
Romany, can I quickly just interject there? Okay, so I've managed to allow participants to raise their hand. We've got so many guys in the room that I can't bring everyone's cameras on. So if you introduce yourself or if you call on someone, just raise your hand and I'll make you a panelist. You can come on and share. I've made a couple of panelists already. So Romany, you just call on anybody, or if you want to introduce yourself, lift your hand, just raise your hand. There's a little raise my hand thing at the bottom of your Zoom, and I'll quickly put you on.
Okay, and then I just want to check you are recording.
Yes.
Because I don't see the record button. Oh, there we go, in the right corner. So I'm just checking. All right, so I'm going to kick off with Maria D'Amico. And then followed by, is Asanda with us today?
No.
Okay, all right. Then Tsepo Choku.
Okay.
So first Maria D'Amico, unmute yourself. Oh, so tricky when you don't when you don't manage it yourself. Maria, are you with us? Can't unmute.
It is allowed. It is on.
Okay, Tsepo.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Want to turn on your
fantastic.
camera?
It's on there. Oh, there we go. There we go.
There we go.
Good day, everyone. I am Tsepo Chochwe from Altron FitTech, which is one of the subsidiaries of Altron TMT. Some of our core solutions providers is include debit order processing, payment switching services, card personalization, as well as issuances, credit management software, as well as debit card and credit card point of sale terminals, but not limited to that. Also extends through to point of sale ERP software as well. So the main roadmap for the upcoming financial year is just sort of breaking into the more of the point of sale market, retail, and so forth by providing very elevated point of sale digitized workflows as well. Thank you very much.
Okay, Maria.
Hi, I'm Maria D'Amico. I am an attorney and I specialize in franchising. I sit on the board of FASA as a director, and I'm also the chair-elect. I assist franchisors to prepare franchise agreements and their legal documents, and franchisees to assist them to look out for certain things to ensure that that complies. So that is me. Why am I here? I'm one of the panelists, and I also like to give back because I've been part of franchising for many, many years.
Thank you. I'm going to hand over to Dean Ferreira, then Dion Roos, and Dirk Cilliers.
They haven't raised their hands, so they're not in yet. Okay, then I'm going to bring Dean in now. I think Robin's hand was raised.
Arwen.
Robin.
Yeah, Arwen has also raised his hand, so while he's ready. So Dean Ferreira.
There we go. Right, hi guys. Yeah, Dean Ferreira. I'm the CEO of PropertyGuys.com, Southern Africa. We are a private seller franchise business. And as you would probably know, in today's time, selling a home can be quite daunting, and you have a grudge payment to an estate agent. So we take care of putting the buyer and the seller together so that the seller can sell his home privately. And in so doing, he or she saves the cost of that hard commission. So we only charge a flat fee for basically the same services that your real estate agent would charge, but you take control of the transaction. And in so doing, you're able to control it yourself and save yourself a whack of money. So we are franchising around the country at the moment, and we're looking for good business people to join our current group of strong franchisees.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Dion Lombard.
How's it, guys? My name is Dion Lombard. You can hear me, Romany?
Yes, perfect.
I'm Dion Lombard. I'm the owner of Divine Pooches. We are a mobile pet grooming parlor where our vehicles basically go out to clients' houses and wherever they are to groom, wash, shave their dogs. We've recently franchised in the last year or so. So yeah, we're in the process of opening up another franchise, and then also hoping to get more franchisees on board and more people, business people, to join us. Yeah, it's a lovely business. We all enjoy it. as many other businesses, also has its challenges, which is quite fun, especially working with animals. But yeah, that's basically us in a nutshell. We are currently in Gauteng, and yeah, doing quite a bit of driving around in Gauteng, but loving every minute of it. Thanks.
Nice to see you back here at the networking. You're looking good.
Hi, thanks.
Excellent. So Dirk Cilliers or Karen Lauder or Robin van Rensburg?
Cool, I'll go. My name is Karen Loder. So I actually own the F45 training franchise here in Bryanston and opening a second franchise in the Four Ways area in Gauteng. I also facilitate all the sales for F45 training for Africa. So anyone that's looking to open up an F45 training studio, they come through me and I facilitate that sale and ensure that that they obviously open their doors profitably. Yeah, F45 is a world-renowned fitness franchise that we've got over 2,000 franchises open worldwide with big ambassadors such as Mark Wahlberg, David Beckham, Richie McCaw, and a whole lot of other big names that help facilitate the service.
Thank you. Dirk Cilliers? You with us yet? There we go.
Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you, Romany?
I'm good, thank you. Nice to see you back.
Excellent. Nice to see you guys too. So thank you for the opportunity. I'm Dirk from National, CEO and founder of years. And of those 25 years, we've been a full registered member of FASA for 20 of those 25 years. So, well, 20th year that we're a full member of FASA. Is involved in children's fitness. We're also, in a couple of years, added more brands. Baby Nastics, a program for babies, and Monkey Nastics and Super Nastics that we just launched before COVID. That's taking off well now. That's a program for 7 to 8 and 9 to 12-year-olds. And they've also got our Nastics brand, which is our program online, which is slowly but surely getting a bit of traction. Not as much as we wanted, but it's definitely alive and well. So one of the biggest things over the last year, I would say, is them adapting to the new way of doing business, things going online, automated processes. So getting the franchisees that's been with us for 20 years, that still has this model in their minds, getting them to adapt to the changes that we've made. So one way that we've added value, and I think my 45 seconds is probably up. So one way that we've added real good value to our franchisees is by, we have an internal business coach that works directly with me one-on-one. He works with my executive team, he works with my head office staff, and he's also now started working individually with my franchisees. So that's been a huge plus for us. And of course, the biggest challenge right now are the increase in the petrol price, which is a huge component of our cost because we travel between school and school. But we've also got ways and means that we are calculating that with our site margin tracking with all the franchisees to get into really fine detail in how the petrol price affects us and what we can do to just leverage that with our kids. Thank you very much.
Romney, we got two hands raised there, Peter and Arwen.
Let me kick off here. How's it, Romney? How's it, Cole? My name's Dion
Hi,
Roos. I'm the National Franchising Sales Manager of PostNet Southern Africa. Franchising, Post has been part of franchising the FASA for the last 24 years. Our main goal is obviously to increase our network. We opened 34 new stores last year, and our goal is to do between 22 and 25 new stores with good operations going forward. What is obviously is costing. We do a lot of courier in our business, so the costs keep climbing. And the other biggest challenge that we face is obviously landlords and leasing. To try and get the leasing, we have some stores that have been in centers for 24 years, and as per the escalations that continue to rise, we try and get rental reductions. So I would say those are the two biggest challenges that we face currently in our network. Thank you.
You muted, Romany.
Romany, you're on mute.
Thank you, Dion. Nice to meet you. So let's hand over to Arwen, Priyesh Patel, and Peter Rootman. So any one of you who are ready.
Hi everyone. My name is Owen. From a chartered accounting firm. We're NKS Chartered Accountants based in Pietermaritzburg, KwaZulu-Natal. So we are specialists in financial accounting, taxation, management accounting, and audit. And the reason for us joining on today is that we're looking at opportunities in franchising, so to become franchisees. And we're fairly new to the process, so we're hoping to learn quite a bit from it. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Arwen. Peter Rootman, Dr. James Dal.
Hi, good morning, Romany and Cole. Thanks very much for this opportunity. My name is Peter Rootman, as you said, representing Complete Specialized Retail Solutions, a big mouthful. So it's CSRS ZA. We're part of a group. We've got a CSRS USA branch and a CSRS Global. Our business focus on occupational health and safety. We're a training company that also does soft skills, but through COVID and going forward, we're focusing on compliance within the occupational health and safety space. We've got some nice clients that we work with, for example, Footgear, one of our tacky shops that supplies sneakers. We also focus within the retail motor industry and represent brands like Super Quick, HiQ, Motors, etc. So compliance, if you got any issues, we're the guys to call. We're the new kid on the block when it comes to FASA. I don't think we're even a month old. So we're very excited to be part of FASA. Been working with Robin from Franchise in a Box, who's been absolutely amazing. I guess I'm lucky to say our challenges currently is that the Department of Labor is creating a lot of work for us. So we've got the opposite side of the effect and very excited to be there. So thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, Peter. All right, so let's hand over to Priyesh Patel, Celeste, Ipupa.
Perfect. Thanks, Romany. Hi, everybody. So I'm from a company called PRP Solutions. Essentially, what we do is we do workforce management, quite active in the franchise sector at few retailers currently, as well as quite a few different other partners in QSR. So our solution kind of is widespread. We streamline, we automate a lot of the processes and a lot of the sites, just in terms of raw numbers, things that financials that all franchise owners always want to hear is, just from optimization and providing a cloud-based solution, we're able to actually provide 20 to 40% savings at any site. So we're providing that to the fuel retailers that we've currently got on our books, with the QSR guys as well that we're providing, and very interested to kind of join and network with you guys. We're in the process of signing up with FASA as becoming one of the members, if you can kind of call it as such. So interested to understand from you guys in terms of how things are affecting you at your sites and your businesses, and just to kind of take it from there.
I think Dr. James Nadal is battling to get his camera on. So I don't know.
I'm here, Romany.
Are you
Can
there?
hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good morning, Romany, Cole, and friends. It's great to be here today. I'm Dr. James Nadal from Lifestyle Clinic and Retreats, and I am super excited to tell you more about our retreat that will take place from the 21st to the 25th of September. Now, whether you want to unplug or rewire or align yourself with your purpose, we are there to assist you on this journey. We are professionally trained to take you on a journey of a heart-based lifestyle. And also remember, not only your world will change, but the world around you will change when you live a heart-based lifestyle. I'm Dr. James Adele from Lifestyle Clinic. Thank you, Romani.
Thank you. Thank you, James. Celeste, if you're around, Ipupa, Belinda Dunn, Tashrik. I don't know if I see. Anyone from that side?
So we got Daniel that hasn't gone yet.
Yeah, Daniel, can introduce yourself if you're ready. I don't know if we can see.
Belinda's in as well, and then I'm letting, there's more guys I'm letting in. As you raise your hand, I'm going to bring you up and then you can chat.
Okay, so if you don't know how to raise your hand, there's a button at the bottom for you to do so. All right, Daniel.
Good morning, all the franchisors and franchisees on the call. It's my privilege to join you for the summit and to be on this call. I'm from World Class Coach, and at World Class Coach, we offer businesses to migrate into being a world-class business, franchises to pivot into becoming a world-class franchise. And our offering is through the lines of personal breakthrough, business breakthrough, and leading breakthrough, where we have a program that you can help and assist you to build up the skills in your business. And we found with COVID that there's a big gap in middle management because there was no actual transfer of how to do it, of the actual skills from the leaders, the company management to the lower levels of management, because we worked offline. They could not see, monkey do. And we step into that space. Daniel van Zyl, World Class Coach.
Thank you. Belinda Dunn.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for this opportunity. This will be my first attendance to any of the FASA events, so I'm really been looking forward to it and looking forward to networking with all of you. 3@1 is an essential services provider for business communications. Our franchisees come from all over, all kinds of franchisees, from graduates to farm owners, from corporate players. And we've been trading for 23 years. We established ourselves in 1999, and we're a full member of FASA since 2003. Yes, what can I say? We're a very progressive franchise brand. Our main service providers are Canon, Kodak, and DHL. And we're very progressive, as I said. We really employ technology to further the cause of our franchisees. And we're very enthusiastic about the growth of our brand moving forward. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Belinda. Rosh Herman. Rosh has his hand raised, Carl.
Yeah, he just needs to come in as a panelist. So Rosh, just accept that when I make you a panelist. Is there anyone else that can go in the meanwhile?
Is anyone else wanting to introduce themselves? Sandile, Mafete, Stephen, Vusi, and Tashrik. So any of you can unmute yourself and just so we can start.
There's a hand raised, Fairbridge.
Yeah.
Fairbridges.
Are you ready, Tashrik? There we go. Over to you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Tashrik. I'm here from Fairbridges with Ambedkar Attorneys. I'm joined by my colleague, Nick Roof. Yeah, we make up the commercial team at Fairbridges. We have been a member of FASA for quite some time, and I've personally attended a few events this year. So I'm very happy to be here, excited to meet all of you. And on that note, I suppose the reason why we're here is just for, I think, just general understanding. I think to provide legal advice, we need to understand the businesses of our client, the regulatory environment, and, you know, just getting a broader perspective of your needs, and any disputes that you may face. So yeah, that's Tashrik Miller and Nick Roof from the commercial team at Fair Bridges Mozambique Attorneys in Cape Town.
Thank you. And then I'm going to hand over to Rosh.
Rosh keeps denying when I make him panelist. So maybe he doesn't want to come on. But we've got Jean-Marie that's just joined us.
No, she wants to sit out.
Okay, well, she's joined as a panelist.
Okay, Rosh did raise his hand. Okay, Rosh says he's ready. So just start speaking, Rosh. Can't see. Can you allocate Carl, Rosh?
He is.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. Thanks, Romany. Thanks, Carl. Appreciate that. Sorry about that technical glitch. That's how it goes. I'm Rushay. I'm from Express Employment Professionals. We're an international staffing company. We have offices in the United States, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa. We've got 22 offices in basically all the major areas in South Africa. So how we help our clients, we do permanent and temporary recruitment for our clients. And that can be for project-based or period-based in terms of specific periods, 2 years, 3 years. And we make sure that we comply with employment legislation so that our clients do not have to stress about all the laws and all the awards and the CCMA and all of that stuff. At the moment, our biggest challenge is obviously the unemployment. That's what we do. We want to get as many people employed as possible. Sadly, strikes and protest action and even the flooding, is a major disruption to any business, and including ours. So that definitely add to the cost of employment. Yeah, in terms of making sure that our franchisees succeed, we want to add value by investing heavily in training, and that is our focus this year. And we are going to roll out major training sessions throughout, especially operations. And we are currently running also a campaign where we are promoting our services to our clients and potential employees, because that's what we do. We want people employed. Thank you.
Thank you. Right, I think that's about it. I can't see if anybody else wishes to introduce themselves. Apupa says she's just looking for franchise opportunities. So she's joining us here, sitting in the background. And then a few others are also sitting in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand over to, who would like to go first, Maria or Robin? Because we're going to open up the panel discussion so that we can talk about franchising. Thank you. So
I will go first, Romany. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Me again. I'm here to talk about legal documents. So when you do franchising, there's two legal documents that's important. The first is a disclosure document and the other is a franchise agreement. Both have to comply with the Consumer Protection Act. Did you hear me? They both have to comply with the CPA. If they don't, there are consequences for the franchisor and the franchisee. So for those of you who don't know what a disclosure document is, it's basically a mini CV. It contains a lot of information relating to the company. Certain clauses from your franchise agreement is included, and there's a lot of financial information. It's projections, sets out the establishment costs. So you as a franchisor need to make sure that whatever information you set out in your disclosure document has to be 100% correct. You give the disclosure document to your potential franchisee. They have 2 weeks, minimum of 2 weeks before they're entitled to sign the franchise agreement. So when we talk about 14 days, it's normal days, or it's 10 working days. A working day is any day from Monday to Friday. So the disclosure document is the information for a potential franchisee to do their due diligence, to peruse, to look at the numbers and decide if they want to be part of the franchise. Your next document is the franchise agreement. And as I said, it's got to comply with the CPA. Once the franchisee or the person decides to sign the franchise agreement, they've got a 14-day cooling off period. 14 days as in normal days or 10 working days. If during that period they decide not to be part of the franchise, they now have cold feet and they want to get out, whatever amount that they have paid to the franchisor is obliged to refund the money, and the franchisor is not entitled to charge any penalty. So if you're a franchisor, you've got to ensure that you've got these two documents, that they comply and they are signed within the correct time period. If you're a franchisee or a potential franchisee, strongly recommend that you peruse that disclosure document. Do your due diligence properly. If necessary, take it to an accountant, run through the numbers, see if these numbers are sustainable for you. And with your franchise agreement, I suggest you take it to a franchisee and an attorney who understands the CPA and franchising. Let them look at it and see if the document complies with the CPA. If it doesn't, the franchisee can actually get out of the document without any penalty or obligation. So that is a quick view, and there can be questions later on. Hopefully there are questions later on.
So do I. Normally everybody's shy to ask the questions. So if you've got any questions, please raise your hand. Let us know if you've got any questions on legal, on the documents, on disclosure documents, anything you need to know. And if you're too shy to ask the question, please post it in the chat box, in the chat box, and I will ask the question on your behalf. So I'm going to hand over to Robin, who's going to just share a little bit about buying a franchise and also expanding your franchise.
Morning, everybody. Robin van Rensburg, Franchise in a Box. I've been part of the summit for the last 3 weeks now. It's been actually quite incredible preparing for my little talks. Very nervous, of course, but preparing for the talks. One thing came through totally, the legality of all your documentation, the legality of all the processes that need to take place. One of my talks were on how to franchise your business. You need to, if you're franchising your business and you're new to it, you need to follow the steps and go through the whole process. The disclosure document is a selling point. It's what sells you. It's what gives the franchisee a basis to work on, to be able to know what you're all about. So that document is so important when you're selling, when you're actually franchising your business. Then the buying the business, doing the talk on buying the business was even more interesting because it became very clear to be able to get involved in buying a franchise. Once again, the legal documents is so important for you to go through and actually have a look at what is going on in that business. Do your due diligence. Don't just read your documents. Go and see an attorney, see an accountant. Go and visit the franchisees that are part of that organization already. Go and look at what you really would like. Now, the other thing that is really important, I think, is people should really get involved with FASA. FASA gives you enormous tools to be able to evaluate, look at franchisees. There's listings, there's categories, there's which industry you would be interested in. Look at what you feel like doing. There is so much. Franchising is not just KFC and Steers and all of those. Franchising is much bigger, And it's wonderful for everybody to really look at what you really want to do and go through all the legalities once again, make quite sure that everything is above board. Be careful of charlatans, and if they're FASA members, they are not. So please have a look and just really follow through on every legal documentation that they have. Thank you. I hope that helped.
Right. Okay, that was just a nice few short tips from Robin and hold on, let me see where we're going here. And Maria, so if you have any questions, please open up the floor to questions, share some challenges, share things that you'd like to share. This is your chance to just get involved and let us know. So as Robin was saying, you know, it's not just fast food that are franchise companies. I mean, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, we've got accounting type franchise, tech franchises, there's a gaming type of franchise that's available, there's recruitment, and there's even like a doggy parlor. So there's a wide range of franchise businesses that people can get involved in. And so it's really kind of understanding your niche, where you fit in, what you feel comfortable doing. Don't get into the food business because you enjoy eating food. Go into the food business because you want to run a restaurant. You know, there's a big difference. So that's just what I'd like to share. Any questions? It's a very quiet audience on the question front. I suppose because everybody here is in franchising in this room. So yeah, any questions you'd like to ask? I think there is somebody raising their hand. Ipupa. I don't know if you asked the question in the chat box. Ipupa, do you have a question? Just have to unmute yourself. You might have to make Ipupa a panelist, Carl.
Yeah. Ipupa, just don't deny when I make you a panelist. Just accept, and then you'll be able to unmute and talk. There we go.
Okay, just start sharing. Okay, we seem to have...
He's there, just unmute. Or she, I'm not sure.
I can't see Ipupa.
There we go.
I'm coming on.
There we go. Hello, welcome.
Hi, Romani. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think it's my second time that I'm joining. Maria, I just wanted to ask something, you know, what happens in terms of the legalities if you have signed a franchise agreement with a potential franchisor and you are unable to secure site, and you know you agree to cancel the clause? Is it legal for them to withdraw, to deduct some money from the franchisee fees for the admin work that they've done, for example?
It depends on what your franchise agreement states. So if your franchise agreement provides for a site, then and then the question is, why haven't you received the site? If you don't have the premises at the time, there may be a clause to say, subject to premises being found within a certain time period. If that's the case, then if you haven't found suitable premises and it's subject to, that means the agreement never came into effect, and you should be entitled for a full refund of monies paid. So it really is the wording. So what I'm saying to you is not one size fits all. It's looking at the wording. So if your franchise agreement is couched in such a way that the franchise agreement is subject to a site being found within a certain time period that's suitable to the franchisor, if that hasn't been done, it actually means the franchise agreement never came into effect. So it lapses. So whatever amount you've paid, you should be entitled to full refund without any deduction.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I just wanted to get a bit of clarity on that. Much appreciated.
Sure.
It also, can I chip in here? It also depends on your cooling off period. Have you gone past your cooling off period? Have you started training? Sometimes they start training before they even start a site to be able to enable you to get to the franchise. So there are costs involved to process all of that. So it depends on which stage you are and where you are to be able to get your full franchise feedback. So read your contract. Once again, go back to the legal side. Make quite sure that if you sign an agreement that you understand what the repercussions are if you want to actually stop buying the franchise.
Thank you for that input, Robin. Much appreciated.
Any further questions?
Yes.
Ambrosius came in with a question.
Beaufort.
Yeah, good morning, colleagues. This is Ambrosius. I'm actually happy to join you guys. I'm from Windhoek, Namibia. And I just wanted to ask, Maria also mentioned about the franchise agreement and also on the disclosure. Does this also affect if somebody in Namibia want to buy a franchise in South Africa and vice versa? Do we also need to comply with these two documents, or how does it work?
If you are a franchisor in Namibia and you want to sell franchises in South Africa and bring your brand to South Africa, your legal documents have to comply with the South African law, which means it's got to comply with the Consumer Protection Act.
Ambrosius,
thank you so much.
Can I also add in on there? Being in Namibia and in Botswana, which I'm dealing with both of you at this point, the question has come up all the time, is the legal documents there okay for here? No, it's not. But if you follow the international rules of franchising, a lot of that is very standard. So it depends on your country what you do. Do you just want to franchise in your country? Or if you want to actually expand into SA or even Botswana or wherever, you need to comply with the FASA regulations, the CPA Act. But if you just in your country, you still have to follow the international rules on franchising, which FASA belongs to.
Oh, wonderful. Maybe my last question is more on the presenter, to Romney. As Namibians, how do we join your virtual networking group? It's very interesting.
Thank you. You can just send me your email in a direct message, and then I will I will add you to our list, our database, to receive the next event details.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any further questions from the audience? Anyone wish to share their key takeaways from this morning's session? We managed to run on time, funny enough. If no one has any further questions for the panel, for Robin or for Maria.
Sorry, I see there is one question. Employees and staff with the COVID and how the franchisors are managing that. So I don't really have an answer to that. In the restaurant industry, it's been very difficult. But they seem to be adapting and things have changed. In the last 2 years, it has been very difficult for restaurants to follow through. So it has affected the restaurant industry. I'm not so sure it has affected all the industries that much, but you need to follow guidelines from general labor departments and stuff to be able to manage it anyway.
Robin, we did have a session on the summit on day 2 with LabourNet where they specifically addressed the whole COVID issue and mandatory vaccinations and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys log in, go and watch that session. They also did make an offer to anybody who attends the summit to do a free consult with them. So if you have any queries or challenges in your business concerning COVID and regulations and the changes, you're welcome to connect with them. Reach out to me. I can put you in touch with them as well if that didn't work. Yeah, but it's very interesting, and yes, a lot has changed in that space. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Ambrose, you can also complete the survey form where I'll get your details and add you to the list. I just remembered. Okay, so I have posted the survey link in the comment box. And also on that note, I do want to hand over to Carl a little bit, because we've been working on the Franchise Summit where there's been quite a lot of good talks happening. And this is what we want to share, what's been spoken about in the summit. And this is what we had for you today, is that you could have access to go and listen to the talks that are available today for you.
Thank you, Romany. I think this is the first ever where we've come, where like two online meetings have connected into one meeting. It's not done. You normally have an event, a webinar, and a separate event, and you can't combine the two. So congratulations, Romany. Well done there on making.
Well, same to you.
It was a bit challenging in the beginning because the rules for a webinar are different to the rules for a Zoom meeting. On a webinar, we can host up to 500 delegates, and so we couldn't do that in a normal Zoom meeting. It's limited there. So yes, the summit has been fantastic. We've done it totally different this year. We haven't been. It hasn't been like day 1, day 2, and day 3. It's been like 3 weeks of a 1 day a week for 3 weeks. But we've recorded everything. We've created an online space where people can go in and watch. We've created an online expo where you guys are able to exhibit your franchise as a franchisor with contact details and videos and all kinds of downloadable documents. The summit structure, the model that we've used, is like a 12-month span. So this summit is not a 3-day or a 3-week or a 5-week event. It's a 12-month event. So there are follow-up webinars and there are follow-up sessions and Q&As and strategy sessions that are going to come over the course of the next 12 months. We've really tried to bring experts in to speak on the summit. So we haven't brought on professional speakers, although some of them are fairly professional in what they do. But we've brought on experts, industry experts. And some of them were very nervous in the sessions, but the value and the content that was shared, especially around compliance, around legalities with regards to tax and tax structures and trusts and risk management, labor, those kind of things. That were incredibly interesting talks that we had. We met some amazing people. I mean, the guys from Old Mutual came on board, and they've created a workplace management offer to us as businesses that's unbelievable. The value that you can bring into your business or into your franchise at no cost. It's amazing how these guys are able to come and help us. Obviously, they wanting to prove their value. And if they do prove their value and you're happy with what they're doing, then it will turn into business for them. So it's not like they just, out of charity giving it. They're coming to prove their value. And we saw amazing stuff. The guys from Momentum put on a session. I don't know, the guy used a studio with a green screen. So he was like standing in the middle of his presentation. Amazing the trouble that the guys went to. Robin recorded his sessions about 3 or 4 times before he was happy and he sent them to me. But Robin, you did such a good job in the sessions that you shared with Romany. It was fantastic. Richard from Cash Converters, an amazing session that we had. We had Sean from the UK sharing on franchising internationally and the opportunities. And amazing, he shared some research in terms of searches, and South Africa is ripe for opportunities. There's so many opportunities in South Africa for us as franchisors to expand our brand, for you guys as franchisees or as potential franchisees to look at new opportunities. On our expo page, we have some smaller franchises that are almost unheard of, that you've never seen before. Concepts, the most amazing concepts. I didn't actually realize that franchising was so big in terms of the variety of offers out there. There really is something for everyone. So my invitation to you, if you haven't booked, go and book. It's a 12-month open window to be able to watch all the sessions, interact with us, communicate with us. And Romany as well, what I'll do is I'll put the FASA link at the session. Freddie, our CEO, the FASA CEO, is going to be doing a session later on today on the summit. So the summit will carry on now when you guys leave. It will carry on until about 2 o'clock. We might run a little bit over time. But Freddie's doing one of those sessions, and I'll put the FASA details there, and anybody can click on that. So Ambrosius, you can just click there as well, and you can sign up, and you'll be in the database, and you'll get all those notifications. But it's been an amazing journey, and I must say, I actually get emotional when I watch the sessions, and I see how much trouble the presenters went to prepare for the session, and put their slides together and put their talks together. Amazing. So thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for sharing this experience with us in this technical challenge. Oh, and just one more thing. We're planning some road shows in Gauteng, KZN, Cape Town as well. We might get to the rest of the country. Ambrosius, I'm not sure when we'll visit you in Namibia, but we are planning some road shows, so live events where we can meet up a little bit. Smaller events, a little bit of a brainstorming mastermind, get to know each other events as well, and we'll let you know about all of those in future.
Great.
That's all from me. Romany, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for attending today. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for joining us. And I just need to check for you quickly the next event. And if anybody, would you like to just share your golden nuggets? What's your key takeaway from the event today? Again, it just gives you time to share. We clip these recordings. So yeah, if you would like to share, let us know. And thank you. Dirk says, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. So the next event to put in your diary is the 14th of July.
Belinda,
Someone wants to share something? Belinda? Oh, unmute.
No, thank you. I just wanted to say goodbye to everybody, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope to see you next month.
Yes.
Nice to see you.
Bye.
Okay, so we're going to close off the meeting so that the summit can continue. Thank you everyone for your time today. Really appreciate it, and hope to see you back here on the 14th. And yes, enjoy the rest of your week further, whatever it is you're doing.
Thanks, everybody. So if you'd like to stay on and watch the summit, we're going to pick up there again. So I hope there are no technical challenges, but we'll see you all in the summit.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Welcome back. And as you guys know, today is all about growing your business and solutions to grow the business. And what better way to grow your business than to provide excellent customer service? Kerry Tintager is our next speaker, and she's a specialist in terms of customer service. Kerry, I remember when I first met you and we spoke about our passions and what we enjoyed and training, and you mentioned customer service. You just lit up, and you had so much content to share. In fact, you told me about the online course that you're building around customer service and all that stuff, and that excited me. And I just knew we had to have you come share with our audience today. So thank you so much for being with us. I realize that your life is also very chaotic at the moment. You've had to go down to KZN. Your property there has flooded, and you've got a whole wad of damage and stuff there that you've got to deal with at the moment. So we really value the fact that you've taken some time out to do this session for us and for our listeners. So I'm excited to hear what you've got to